How's it going, ACC? I'm Angie, your children's minister, with the Kids On Lesson for May 16th. It's review week. We had 5 different stories in Unit 29, which was called Jesus is Powerful. Like always, we are going to briefly review each of these stories. Our first story was called Jesus Has Power Over Creation. Jesus and his disciples had been teaching crowds of people all day. Jesus wanted to go across the Sea of Galilee, so they boarded a boat. Suddenly, a big storm came. The wind blew and the waves crashed. Jesus' disciples were afraid. Jesus had fallen asleep, so they woke him up. He looked at the storm and called for everything to be still. They were safe. The disciples asked each other, "Who is this man? Even the wind and the waves obey him." Our second story was called Jesus Has the Power to Provide. Jesus and his disciples had been teaching and healing people all day. Everyone was hungry. The disciples wanted the people to go into the nearby towns and farms to get food. Jesus said that they could feed everyone. The disciples said a boy only had 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish. Jesus took the food, blessed it, and fed all 5,000 people. There was even food left over. The people saw that Jesus had performed a miracle. Only God's Son could do that. Our third story was called Jesus Has Power Over Sickness. A blind man named Bartimaeus was sitting by the road where Jesus and his disciples were walking. Bartimaeus wanted Jesus to help him, so he cried out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." He believed that Jesus was the promised Messiah. "What do you want me to do for you?" Jesus asked him. Bartimaeus said, "I want to see." Jesus said, "Go, you are healed because you believed." Right away, Bartimaeus could see. He was no longer blind. Our fourth story was called Jesus Has Power Over Evil. Jesus and his disciples sailed across the sea from Galilee. As soon as Jesus stepped out of the boat, a man came out to meet him. He had an evil spirit in him. "Come out of this man," Jesus said. The man had many evil spirits in him, and they asked Jesus not to send them away. The evil spirits said, "If you send us away, please send us into those pigs." So Jesus allowed the evil spirits to go into the pigs. The pigs ran into the sea and died. The man was his normal self again with Jesus' help. Our fifth and final story was called Jesus Has Power Over Death. Jesus and Lazarus were friends. Lazarus had 2 sisters, Mary and Martha. They sent Jesus a message that Lazarus was sick. Jesus waited 2 days to leave, and when he arrived in Judea, Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. Both Martha and Mary told Jesus that Lazarus would not have died if he had been there. Jesus knew that Lazarus' death would bring glory to God. They went to the tomb, and Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. Great job staying with me, everyone. Remember, you can always go back and watch a past lesson video. Check our Facebook page for the lineup. Our Story of the Week card for Review Week is always the same. Play a review game with your family. Talk about these stories at dinner one night. Which one is your favorite and why? Then we're going to get out your Gospel Project Family Bible and read more about these stories as a family. They all come from the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Be sure to pray with your family every day. Parents, join us for prayer time on Facebook Live, and be sure to check our Facebook prayer group for our latest prayer needs. That's it for this review week. Next week, we're going to start Unit 30, which is called Jesus Taught with Parables.